Hello everyone. In today's class, let us see we are in the Andhra Pradesh Polytechnic Common Entrance Test 2025 Chemistry Solutions. So, in previous class, some of the questions, till 9 questions I have explained. Now coming to the next question. Which substance can oxidize ethanol to ethanoic acid? Ethanol formula is ethanol or ethyl alcohol, one and the same, CH3CH2OH. CH3CH2OH. So then it is converted into ethanoic acid, CH3C double bond OH. Usually alcohol upon oxidation produce aldehyde, which upon oxidation produce acid, that is carboxylic acid. Sometimes what happened, alcohol directly converted into carboxylic acid, which is also strong oxidizing agent. By using strong oxidizing agent, alcohol will not stop at the stage of aldehyde, it will immediately convert into carboxylic acid. So here directly they are asking. Here alkaline potassium permanganate is very strong oxidizing agent. Remaining all are not oxidizing agent. See, sodium hydroxide is a base, hydrochloric acid is acid, sodium methoxide, these are all not oxidizing agents. So answer is alkaline potassium permanganate. Very, very important, which is a strong oxidizing agent. They will ask you in the examination also, which of the following is a strong oxidizing agent? That is potassium permanganate, alkaline potassium permanganate. Now, 11th question. What is the product formed when magnesium ribbon is burnt in oxygen? Magnesium ribbon means pure magnesium, oxygen O2, which produces MgO. Magnesium oxide is produced. So to balance this, we are writing like this. So what is the compound formed? Magnesium oxide. So here magnesium chloride, magnesium oxide. 2 is the answer, magnesium oxide. What is the law of conservation of mass? Law of conservation of mass is given by Lavoisier. So Lavoisier. We have law of conservation of mass is given by Lavoisier. What is law of conservation of usually energy? Energy neither created nor destroyed. It changes from one form to another form. Here, law of conservation of mass they are asking. So, mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can changes in a chemical reaction. That is given by the Lavoisier. A scientist, this is mass conservation. Mass can neither be created nor destroyed in chemical reaction. If you have any doubts, write down in comment section. I will clarify your doubts regarding these questions. See, what is the significance of writing states in a chemical reaction? Usually in a chemical reaction, just now we saw magnesium reacts with oxygen, produce magnesium oxide. So now magnesium is a solid, oxygen is gas, magnesium oxide is again a solid. We are representing these states. Significance of writing physical state. What are physical states? We have physical states are solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. We have 3 states of matter is there. So what is the representation? Why we are representing these? To provide the information about physical form of substance. So magnesium solid, oxygen gas, we are representing physical forms of the substances. So first one itself is the answer. To show mass, this is not the one. To balance also, it is not the one. To indicate, so here to balance is like this, but this is not the answer. To indicate the catalyst used in the reaction. No, all these are wrong. Just to represent what is the physical form of the substance, whether it is solid or liquid or gas. Now, what is the product formed when slaked lime? So we have to know what is slaked lime. Slaked lime is nothing but calcium hydroxide. What is the formula? CaOH twice. CaOH twice. Reacts with carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide formula is CO2. During whitewash, what happened? Now this forms the calcium carbonate plus H2O. Water is released. So calcium carbonate is formed. This is what we call it as calcium carbonate. Calcium hydroxide react with carbon dioxide, produce calcium carbonate. This is calcium carbonate and releases water. So answer is calcium carbonate. Calcium hydroxide itself is a slaked lime. Calcium oxide is not formed. Calcium chloride is also not formed. Calcium carbonate. 15th question. Why does the iron nail become brownish when dipped in copper sulfate solution? So, they are asking copper sulfate. Copper sulfate solution is usually if we take copper sulfate solution. They are saying that iron nail is present inside the copper sulfate solution like screws. So then what happened? Here iron nail is made of iron. Copper sulfate is CuSO4. What happened here? FeSO4 is produced. FeSO4 is produced. How do we know this? Based on the activity series. Based on activity series, whether chemical reaction is formed or not, we will easily identify. And releases copper. Iron easily replaces. According to activity series, iron is more reactive. Whenever it is more reactive, it easily replaces the copper from its compound. So then FeSO4 plus Cu. This activity series is nothing but potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, aluminum, zinc, iron, lead, hydrogen, copper, mercury, silver, gold. So the metals which are present above in the series is the continuation series. Lack of space I am writing side. So continuously we have series of metals. The metals which are present in the top will replace the metals which are present in below. Why? Because top metals are more reactive, which easily replaces the other substance. So bottom metals less reactive. So then what happened here? Top metals and bottom metals. We have iron. In this reaction, we have iron is there and then copper is there. Iron is present above in the copper. So then that what happened? This is the continuous series. Lack of space I have written like this. That's why I am telling you iron is present above the copper. So that's why it replaces. More reactive metal replaces. If the chemical reaction is, for example, it is not the example in this. If FeSO4 reacts with copper, then no reaction, because less reactive metal cannot replace the more reactive metal. Likewise, now coming to this question, so iron FeSO4 is formed, but this copper, pure copper is formed, which is a brown PPT, brown precipitate. Brown precipitate means a solid is formed which is accumulated on the nail. That brown color is accumulated entirely on the nail. That's why nail looks like brownish. Why? Because copper deposited on the nail. Iron reacts with oxygen, nail rust, nail undergo thermal decomposition. These are all wrong. Copper deposited on nail. This is a brown color. Copper deposited on nail. That's why it looks like brownish color. So this is the concept. Activity series is very, very important. If you learn this, definitely one question, not only in this year, in every year from this one question will come. Next question, 16th question. What causes corrosion of iron? Exposure of sunlight, reaction with oxygen and moisture, contact with acid. So corrosion usually in presence of oxygen and moisture, particularly iron. Oxygen and moisture in presence of acid, that rate of corrosion increases. Speed of corrosion more and more. That's why answer is both 2 and 3. This is the answer. So what is the this is a fact based question. That's why you have to know iron undergo corrosion process. Corrosion is nothing but rusting. So iron rusting takes place in presence of oxygen. So we call it as in moisture and acids, speed of corrosion is more. This is the fact based question, nothing more. What is the process called when fats and oils are oxidized and their smell and taste are changes? So if you are, say for example, take a bowl of oil and keep it in a place of air, continuously leave it for 1 month, and if you smell it, no, that smell is very very bad smell and taste is also changed. Such type of oils or fats taste and smell changing is nothing but directly rancidity. This is the definition of rancidity. It is the process called when fats and oils oxidized which changes the taste and smell. Direct definition they are giving. Answer is rancidity. Now next question. If someone in your family is suffering with acidity after overeating, which of the following would you suggest as a remedy? See, regarding this, in previous videos, acid, bases, salt, in my previous videos under neutralization concept, I clearly explained. So, what is neutralization? How indigestion, like this acidity, causes reduced by neutralization? I clearly explained here. Now, acidity effect of acid is nullified. Effect of acid is nullified by adding base. By adding base, then only it will be nullified. So otherwise the effect of acid is not. The effect of acid is nullified by using base is called as neutralization. Very very important neutralization concept. Watch my previous video if you want the clear explanation of indigestion. Step by step I have explained. Now lemon juice is acid, so it is not the answer. Vinegar is acetic acid. Acetic acid is nothing but CH3COOH, which is not the answer. Baking soda, that is sodium bicarbonate, which is a base. Salt water is a salt, not acid nor base. So base. So answer is acid. Effect is nullified by using base. So baking soda, by adding baking soda, we can easily nullify the effect. Coming to the 19th question, which of the following can be used as olfactory indicators? What is meant by olfactory indicator? What is indicator? Indicator is nothing but indicator based on color. Based on color which identify acid or base. Based on colors, we can easily identify the given substance is acid or base. But olfactory indicators are nothing but, this olfactory indicator is nothing but based on smell. Based on smell. So based on smell, we can identify the acid or base. So what are such type of indicators? Indicators are vanilla essence, onion, and clove oil. This is the answer. This is also fact based. You have to remember. Turmeric is based on color we are identifying. So this is not the answer. Red cabbage is also not, is also identified. This is also natural indicator. Regarding indicators, natural indicators, synthetic indicators, and explanation of all these also I have given in my previous videos. Acids, base, salts, 7th class NCERT. In that I clearly explained indicators. If you want clear explanation, watch in that video. Here turmeric is also based on color we are identifying. So these are all wrong. Vanilla essence, onion, and clove oil based on smell. Based on onion will give with acids one smell, with bases gives another smell. Clove oil also with acids another smell, with bases another smell. So likewise, based on smell we are identifying acid or base. Those are called as olfactory indicators. So answer is this one, vanilla essence, onion, and clove oil. Phenolphthalein is used as an indicator in their reaction between. Everyone knows that phenolphthalein is an indicator for acid base reactions. Very very important and direct question. So acid base only. Remaining all options are wrong. Acid and metal, no. Base and metal oxide, no. Acid and non-metal oxide, which is also no. So phenolphthalein is a synthetic indicator. This is synthetic, which is not naturally available synthetic indicator, which we are preparing in our laboratories. So that's why this is a synthetic indicator used in acid base. Because in acids, this indicator, this phenolphthalein acids gives colorless. There is no change in the acid solution. In bases, when we are adding phenolphthalein to acid, no change in color. Phenolphthalein to bases, it gives dark pink color. Very, very important. Thereby we can easily identify acid or base. So which of the following is a synthetic indicator? See, what is synthetic indicator? Which are prepared in labs. Prepared in labs or industries. These are what we call it a synthetic indicator. Turmeric is naturally available, which is a natural indicator. Regarding this indicator in detail, in this totally indicators concept is there in this. Regarding these indicators, I have given a dedicated video. Just watch that. You will have more clarity on this. Turmeric is a natural one, which is a natural indicator. Litmus is also natural indicator. Red cabbage is also natural indicator. But methyl orange we are preparing in laboratories, so which is not readily available in nature. That is what we call it as synthetic indicator. So here methyl orange is a synthetic indicator. So examples of synthetic and natural. These are all natural indicator, which is natural. Turmeric. Litmus is also natural indicator. In another exam, they'll ask you which of the following is a natural indicator. So one more natural indicator is also there, that is China rose petals. China rose petals. If you watch the previous video of indicators, it will be more clear, which is also natural indicator. Synthetic indicator are methyl orange, phenolphthalein. These are synthetic indicators. So indicators concept is also very, very important. Try to concentrate, try to understand. Still, if you have any doubts, comment below. I'll clarify your doubts. Thank you.